Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the first video. This is the second part of my top 10 Void Nukers and their damage numbers. Some surprises in the first one. One huge surprise actually from one champion here on the list that frankly I did not see those damage numbers coming. The second part, the second five, some surprises there as well. Both actually in both directions. One that I thought the damage numbers would be way higher, and one that I thought they didn't have that kind of damage in them, and I was blown away. Enitwe coming in with the highest attack we've seen so far. So 8,000 attack, 331,000 crit damage, and that is with everything included. I didn't make a mistake on anything this time. And let's see what those numbers are coming out as. Okay, he's rubbing all Jetney's gear. Okay, so the A2 is his big ticket item. No surprise there. It's triple hitter nuke, but it's coming in at 97,000, which is I don't know, 97.8k. It's one of the lowest we've had so far. Now he does have block revive on all skills, so that is probably why it's a bit lower. However, the A2 on his skill, the A2 in his system, if you look at it carefully, it attacks one enemy 3 times, and the damage increases equal to the percentage of HP the target has lost. So he's hitting 3 times, so the first hit of that will do less damage than the second hit, which will do less damage than the third hit. So each one does progressively more damage, and it's on a 1.6 thing. So yeah, I'd love to see the actual breakdown. I'd love to see how that's calculated, if it's calculated absolutely correctly, or even how you would calculate that properly, because that's a surprise. It's a good nuke, and it's obviously a Rotos counter, but it is the second lowest that we have so far here today. Now onwards, and I think we're into the epics now. We are, and we'll go with we'll do a Boro, because I want to see this. I think this will be interesting to see, and she'll be built the same as everybody else, so let's check it out. Okay, so that's a +3 6-star blessing of Boro, and some nice numbers there. Lower on the attack than the others, but epics do have lower blessings than legendaries, so I mean that's natural. However, look at this A2. Look at this A2. We're coming up at 112,000, and the A2 hits one enemy 2 times and has a chance of transferring all debuffs from her to the target, and stealing all buffs when she's under perfect veil. So 112 on the single target nuke. Her A1 has a massive 121 and has the potential of hitting everybody AoE, so that's huge. And her ninja arts A3 is 99k, so I could actually even build her with 70k or 70 crit rate and get these numbers up more. But that's a surprising entry from Oboro with yeah, I'm not sure why this has a 4.2 multiplier. It's very odd. .6 and 4.2. I need to look into that a bit more, but we'll put it down as yeah. So arena, it doesn't seem to make sense. We'll put down the 112 A2 because that has nothing going on as her strongest attack, and that is Oboro with 112.1. Okay, so something weird going on with her, but definitely something to look at. She looks like she can smack. Can't wait for this one. Gala is going to represent. She is going to be pretty strong. So let's check it out. Okay, so we have Gala long braids. We have her at 7,376 attack with 335 crit damage. So we'd expecting the numbers to be a little bit lower, her being an epic. Let's see if that's true. Haha, I knew my girl would not have a lower score. However, I'm really surprised where it is. I thought it would be the A2 would be the big ticket item, but the A3 is the one that's standing out to me there. So that's insane. And by the way, my Gala is actually already built. And this would be a 31%, increasing her damage by a third, which is insane already. So that's pretty cool. 127 on her A3, and then she would actually get another turn and go on her A2, and that would be, it's conditional on her having full health, but that's still insane. So we have Gala long braids, my girl Gala, and A3 is 127k, no point. So that's huge. And that's number 8 on our list. We have 2 more to go. So we have to go with one of the arena OGs, Genbo, and then we'll finish it off with Whisper. How does that sound, guys? It doesn't matter, because that's what we're doing. So let's check that out. Okay, and we're on to Genbo. Quite a bit lower in the attack stakes here. 336 crit damage, everything else is what it is. Let's have a look at this. Okay, there's a bit of a surprise. So the damage on his A1 and A2, I do have this set correctly, I do. The damage on his A1 and A2 are exactly the same, with 75k. Now the thing with him is obviously he's going to buff himself first. And that's where probably a lot of his damage comes from. But I'm surprised that it is so low. I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting it to be quite a bit more. As one of the arena OGs, that's, yeah. He's our lowest so far, I believe, is he? He is. So Genbo at the bottom. I didn't expect that. I did not expect that, and I don't think anybody else would have in their right mind either. So that was Genbo, and we're finishing off with Whisper, unless there's somebody else we want to have a look at here. That'd be interesting, but we'll finish with Whisper, and we'll be right back to you with that, guy. Final one, we have Whisper. So 7,000 attack. I thought that was quite low, and 332 crit damage. So yeah, that's a bit surprising. I was expecting more. So let's see what the story is here. Okay, so it just goes to show the impact of those passives, the impact of, you know, extra turns and different abilities, what they can do for you. Because I don't know about you, but I was not expecting this at all. So this is a real surprise to me, and we're looking at her A3 as being her biggest attack at 98,000. I really wasn't expecting that, guys. Because she, like, I use her all the time. As you can see, she's built there. I have her built with 70% crit rate in Relentless. And she's on my Nightmare Hydra team with her 6-star blessing and the whole lot. And she is, she's great. 98.6k. So, looking at all of this, we have Little Miss Annie, who we actually reduced her attack to get into the same realm as the rest of these. She was at 248,000 for the settings that we had set. Gala, if we take Little Miss Annie's as half, as one attack, not proccing her second attack. Gala, long braids on her A3, is actually the biggest attacker out of all of my Void champions. That's out of Supreme Elhain, Georgid, Alil, Yakarl, Little Miss Annie, Enitwe, Oboro, Gala, Gembo, and Whisper. That's a surprise. You know, so Gala, so Little Miss Annie, if she attacks twice, then Gala. Then we have our first two, Georgid and Elhain. And then we're looking at Yakarl as the fifth, I think. And then we're into the epics with a Boro having... No, actually a Boro tops Yakarl. A Boro has a big old attack there. And that's actually not her biggest attack, remember, because her A1 was showing a bigger multiplier than that as well. So a lot of stuff to think about here. So I found that very illuminating to go through that, guys. What do you think of that? Do you find that interesting? Do you find this type of content interesting? Let me know in the comments down below. Tell me what you think. I will be linking videos to this of those champions built as well. And maybe we'll just do one video damage testing in the game those actual champions. But I thought that would be a good bit of insight to have on my top 10 Void attack champions. Thanks guys, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye bye.